An eerie silence has blanketed Denmark's royal scene, leaving millions perplexed and restless. The winds of Copenhagen no longer carry the crisp rhythm of regal appearances, and the elegant grace of Queen Mary paired with King Frederik X's steady presence has been absent for far too long. In a monarchy celebrated for its transparency and dedication to duty, this vanishing act by the King and Queen has become more than just a royal sabbatical, it's a national riddle unraveling in real time. Denmark, a land rooted in centuries-old traditions, is now grappling with the unsettling void left by its most beloved royal figures. For weeks, their absence was subtle. A missed event here, a quiet weekend there. But what once passed as a pause in a busy calendar has transformed into a long, deafening silence. One that the Danish people, known for their reserved nature and deep respect for privacy, are now finding impossible to ignore. Behind the scenes, royal watchers, constitutional experts, and even seasoned palace insiders whisper anxiously. Was this planned all along? Has there been a health crisis that's been hidden from public view? Or worse, has there been a deep, unspoken crack in the royal marriage that the monarchy has desperately tried to veil under protocol and tradition? As questions multiply like shadows across the marble halls of Amalienborg Palace, official communication remains curiously minimal. A brief, sterile statement from the royal press office vaguely cited personal reasons and the need for privacy. But in the absence of clear answers, the court of public opinion has taken over, digging, speculating, and theorizing with intensity. Those who closely follow the Danish royal family know the weight Queen Mary carries. Born Mary Elizabeth Donaldson in Tasmania, Australia, her transformation into a poised and beloved queen consort has been nothing short of a fairy tale. Her every move, every speech, and every fashion choice has captured the admiration of both Danes and the international public. A devoted mother, an impassioned advocate for social causes, and a pillar of strength during Denmark's transitions, Queen Mary is not the type to vanish without reason. And yet, here we are. King Frederik X, who ascended the throne following Queen Margrethe II's historic abdication, was hailed as the modern monarch Denmark needed. Progressive, grounded, and charismatic, he stood as a symbol of continuity and change. But that momentum has now hit an inexplicable pause. The royal calendar, once filled with engagements, meetings, and state appearances, is now marked by blank spaces and cancellations. In his last public appearance, King Frederik seemed composed but noticeably weary, leading many to wonder if the pressures of kingship have weighed heavier than anticipated. Meanwhile, Queen Mary's silence is perhaps the loudest. Her absence at key charity events and social initiatives, the very spaces she passionately championed, has raised eyebrows. Those who have worked closely with her describe her as meticulous and fiercely committed. For her to retreat without explanation is out of character, to say the least. Speculation runs rampant. Some suggest an undisclosed health issue, others whisper about a private family crisis. The more sensational theories suggest marital strain, fueled by recent reports that the couple had been spending increasing time apart even before this disappearance. But what is the truth? With no confirmation or denial from the royal household, the public is left to piece together clues from fragmented sightings and inconsistencies. A grainy photograph from a ski resort in Norway purports to show Queen Mary in casual attire, looking somber. Another report claims King Frederik was seen boarding a private flight to an undisclosed destination. Yet none of these alleged sightings have been verified, and the palace remains tight-lipped. Behind palace doors, insiders describe a royal household in lockdown mode. Staff have been instructed to avoid contact with the press, while advisors scramble to manage growing media pressure. It's a strategy reminiscent of earlier royal crises, where silence was used as a shield. But in today's digital age, silence no longer protects, it provokes. As headlines swirl, public confidence begins to shake. Royal institutions thrive on predictability and presence. When those vanish, the monarchy becomes vulnerable, not just to gossip, but to questions of legitimacy and trust. The absence has also begun to affect national events. Recently, the royal couple was noticeably missing from Denmark's National Flag Day commemorations, an occasion that typically sees the monarch and consort paying respects to the country's armed forces. Their failure to appear was met with disappointment and quiet criticism, particularly from veterans groups. This breach of tradition has not gone unnoticed, and it has only intensified public yearning for answers. Theories continue to flood social media and Danish tabloid headlines. Some claim Queen Mary returned to Australia for a personal retreat, while others believe the couple may be undergoing a spiritual journey away from public life. Still, the more cynical observers point to possible friction between King Frederik and senior palace aides. There have been rumors for years that Frederik's leadership style clashed with the old guard advisors who served under his mother. If true, this internal power struggle could be far more serious than anyone initially realized. Adding to the intrigue is the behavior of Queen Margrethe II. Despite stepping down from the throne, the former monarch remains a respected figure. Her recent solo appearances, particularly at key cultural events and church services, have led many to wonder if she's subtly filling in for her son and daughter-in-law. Some see her presence as stabilizing, others view it as a veiled message that duty must prevail, even when personal matters intervene. Within the broader context of European royalty, Denmark is not alone in facing modern challenges. Monarchies across the continent are recalibrating their roles in an increasingly skeptical world. Yet what makes this situation unique is the suddenness, the mystery, and the emotional investment Danes have in their king and queen. To many, Mary represents the best of Danish values: kindness, strength, and integrity. Frederik symbolizes modern leadership. Their withdrawal feels not just like a royal absence, but a national emotional wound. The media, for its part, is treading cautiously. Danish outlets have traditionally respected royal privacy, but the stakes are now higher. International press, however, has been less restrained, with headlines ranging from "Royal Crisis in Denmark" to "Where are the King and Queen?" Such intense spotlight only heightens the pressure on the royal couple and the palace to respond. Meanwhile, psychological experts warn of the impact such absences can have on national morale. In times of uncertainty, people look to their leaders for reassurance. The king and queen's silence may inadvertently be deepening public anxiety. For the royal family, this isn't just a PR issue, it's a matter of trust, of maintaining the sacred bond between monarch and people. Children, especially the royal couple's own, Prince Christian, Princess Isabella, and the twins Vincent and Josephine, are also being pulled into the public's curiosity. Their reduced public appearances, coupled with their parents' absence, have sparked further speculation about how the family is coping. Are they together? Are they being shielded from something deeper and more troubling? This emotional turbulence reaches far beyond palace walls. Royalists, constitutional scholars, and everyday Danes all find themselves united by one thing: the ache of not knowing. When a monarchy, an institution so steeped in ritual, presence, and symbolism, goes quiet, its people feel the silence like a cold wind. For many, the heart of the nation feels suspended, beating slowly with uncertainty and hope. And still, as each day passes, the questions only grow louder. Why did they step away? What are they going through? And more importantly, when will they return, not just physically, but emotionally, to their roles as Denmark's moral compass and emotional anchor? With the world watching and emotions running high, the palace now stands at a crossroads. The path forward must be tread carefully, balancing transparency with dignity, privacy with accountability. One misstep could shatter the delicate trust that has taken decades to build. One honest answer, however, could begin the healing process the nation so desperately needs. As Denmark holds its breath, the clock ticks. The country waits, not for a fairy tale ending, but for a human moment of clarity and courage. Because at the heart of this mystery lies a simple truth: a nation wants to know that its king and queen are okay. And more than that, it wants to know that they'll come back, not just to their duties, but to their people, with openness, strength, and the grace that once defined them. So now, we turn to you. What do you think lies behind the royal silence that has captivated an entire nation?